Hello and welcome to my audio commentary for my horror film edit. My name is Jake Carroll, and this horror film is called Jacob. It's about a gardener who gets possessed by a doll and makes him kill the protagonist, which is called James. In the production stage, I operated the cameras and also helped with lighting because we filmed a lot at night. This is the opening scene for our film, or for my film, and it shows the protagonist James. He's tied up with duct tape over his mouth, and gets the audience interested immediately. We think they want to know what happens next. It's very good, with the mirror shot. It's just very unique and original. We have various shots of him looking shocked and confused, and he sees the pole on the table. He starts kicking it. You get a variety of shots again of him kicking it. He eventually falls on the floor. He looks through the pole, and then you can see across the room the item which can cut his tape off, and he limps over to show that he's not in 100% condition. We wanted to show that clearly. I added in for my film the heartbeat sound effect, which it just shows what the character's feeling as they're desperately trying to get free. And then the lights turn off when they do get the tape off. This was a coincidence. We didn't actually plan for the lights to turn off. They just turned off right at the perfect time. It was pure coincidence, but it worked perfectly. We then cut back to when it's all dark in the shed. He starts banging on the door, and the cry makes it very realistic. It was good acting from Lewis in the first scene. I actually was operating the camera for most of these shots, except the mirror shot. This is where we meet our soon to become antagonist. He's just casually cleaning, but this music that's added in clearly suggests that something bad is about to happen. And I really I thought that the music just was very good for this scene. He's casually strolling, and he sees a doll, which is the also main antagonist. Another antagonist possesses Jacob. He proceeds to walk up to it, pick it up. It then goes to close-ups of them both. We see the doll just staring into Jacob's eyes, and that last shot shows that Jacob's clearly not okay. His eyes wide open. It was very good acting again. But we have a flashback scene in our film. Not many horror films can have it. Well, actually, some can, but we decided to. This is where we can see that the two characters actually have met before. James is in a suit. He's clearly better off than the antagonist there, sat on the floor. James pretty nervous. Just hands it, chucks it at him. This doesn't get Jacob too happy, and he starts running at him. Added in the running footsteps there, and then the punch we recorded with Sam Foley. We recorded in post production. Throughout this film, we got a lot of shots, for each scene, and we had a variety in post production which ones to use. There's many more to choose from, but yeah. Here in the chase scene, this is our final scene in my film. Real action can begin. We cut back to the shed where James is at. Now Jacob is now on the hunt for him because he's been possessed, and he's got this evil spirit in him wanting to kill something. That's part of our storyline. He starts banging on the door. I maybe should have added sound effects for that. When he eventually gets it open, James is already hiding. Jacob, door creaking open. I added in that sound effect myself. It makes it just a little bit more scary. It is a horror film. He grabs the shovel. He's going to use that as a weapon. We get a close up of that to clearly indicate that that's what he's doing. We use a lot of close ups in this film. You can show people's emotions and exactly what the characters are doing. And now the music starts playing to make it more dramatic. Something's about to happen. Here we go. We get a long shot of James limping away. He gets into a hiding position. He's looking around to see if he can be seen. We know that Jacob is coming with the shovel. We get that. It's kind of a POV shot. I like the POV shot there through the leaves, and then we get the close up of his feet walking against the puddle, shovel in hand. It's a nice shot there. And then the music cuts. I cut the music because I just felt like it wouldn't be the best if the music was still playing, or again, I just felt like it'd be better if it was just silent. And James just faces up to him, but ultimately still gets stabbed. I added in a little stab sound effects. All the sound effects were royalty free from internet and YouTube. Free to download, no copyright. He then walks away with the shovel scraping along the concrete, which is a nice sound for a horror film. It's unpleasant, but it's a horror film. And then I added in more fast-paced music, as the credits roll, and just because it was a very kind of fast-paced film towards the end, with that chase scene. But as a whole, I thought that this project went really well for me, because I got to learn a lot of new skills. It is an induction project, as first on the course. I got to learn new skills, like editing on Premiere Pro. I got to use the cameras. This is my role in production, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. Doing the different types of shots for scenes was very good. Coming into the project, I thought that my weakness would be editing. It looked very complicated at the start, and when you get into it, you just go with it. It comes, and you just get all these ideas onto your film, and you end up with a good film. And I liked my group. It was Patrick, Lewis, Brandon, and Sasha. Brandon and Lewis, they won level 2 last year. They knew a lot already about the project. Well, not the project, but the course, as a whole. They helped us massively in production, especially. And, it was a good project, very good project, and I hope the future projects can go well like this as well. This has been my audio commentary. Thank you for listening.